Hi, I'm Pam, and I'm here to talk about video games. It's time for some more recommendations of games I think you should check out on Game Pass. Game Pass is a monthly subscription service for Xbox consoles and Windows PC that has a large library of games you can play, with new ones being added all the time as well as old ones taken off. Here are my recommendations for 7 great games that I think you should try out. They're all available as of August 2021. Ori and the Will of the Wisps from Moon Studios is a breathtakingly beautiful game. If you've played its predecessor, Ori and the Blind Forest, this one improves upon it in many ways. But it's also fine if you play this one first. In this Metroidvania, you control forest spirit Ori, who has to find his missing friend Ku. Ori is one of the most satisfying characters to control as you glide, soar, and launch yourself through the world. It's all so fluid, and when you get familiar with it, you can go a long way without ever touching the ground. There are a variety of weapons to choose from and a large hub area that you can build up and return to talk to some of the characters you've met along the way. The environments look like animated oil paintings and span from icy mountains to fiery volcanoes, arid deserts, and shimmering forests. The progression of abilities gained make both combat and exploration more engaging. There are also some really impressive boss fights and challenging chase scenes that will test your mastery of Ori's moves. If you're looking for some fun action and exploration through a gorgeous world, check out Ori and the Will of the Wisps. A full playthrough will take around 15 hours, but will depend on how thorough your explorations are. Dead Space was first released in 2008. A remake of the game was recently announced, and though I'll likely check it out, I find the original holds up extremely well and kinda question its necessity. Oh wait, EA wants money. Alright. Dead Space is a survival horror that takes place on a derelict mining ship, the USG Ishimura. You play Isaac Clarke, a systems engineer who, along with 2 other crewmates, answer the ship's distress call and try to figure out what happened. The ship found something that caused the dead to come back to life as deadly necromorphs. You explore the ship, finding logs, notes, and hideous tableaus which give hints of what happened while being terrorized by these monsters. The atmosphere is oppressive. It's dark, there are tight corridors, and sections where you don't have any gravity or any air. Perfect for survival horror. The necromorphs are frightening and appear when you least expect them, or sometimes exactly when you expect them. Most horrifying is that you can't just shoot them in the head. You have to dismember them if you want to stop them. The sound design is really what caps the game off, from the terrible sound of the Disc Ripper weapon to the cries of the necromorphs and the claustrophobic silence of space. Dead Space will take about 12 hours to complete, and I highly recommend it if you're looking for a good scare. Streets of Rage 4 is a side-scrolling beat-em-up developed by Dotemu, Lizard Cube, and Guard Crush Games. It's been a long time since Streets of Rage 3, but this game throws you right back in the action with a different style, but the same great gameplay. You choose one of 4 characters and go through streets, subways, and sky trains, punching, kicking, and throwing any obstacle in your way. Having some nostalgia for the originals will surely help, but it's a solid action game on its own, with fun combos and weapons, and special limited-use star attacks which are really strong and flashy to perform. The comic book art style looks really great, and the music, while I don't quite think it matches up to the score of Streets of Rage 2, is a great accompaniment. It ranges from funky low beats to up-tempo electronic dance tunes. While this is a fun game to play on your own, it's even better with friends. 4 people can play couch co-op and 2 can play online. It also offers an arcade mode for extra challenge, a boss rush, and 2-player competitive battle mode. The campaign is about 2 hours long and is a great choice if you're looking to see new life breathed into a classic beat-em-up series. When I first heard the name Boyfriend Dungeon, I assumed it was a simulator about keeping your boyfriends in the dungeon. Perhaps that's why I don't have any. But no, Boyfriend Dungeon by Kit Fox Games combines a visual novel dating sim with a dungeon crawler. You've just moved to Verona Beach for the summer and you're looking for a date, or lots of dates. But also, you're often going into dungeons to fight monsters and make money. Oh, and people can turn into weapons, so you might be dating your sword. It's fine, you're both into it. The game is well written and the flirty conversations you'll be having are endearing, for the most part. There are a range of people and weapons to choose from, and growing your relationship, whether romantic or platonic, will give you new abilities to use in the dungeons. The gameplay loop is so satisfying, mixing up the simple dungeon combat and conversations with all the people you've met, whether in person or via text message. There's also inventory and crafting that lets you make gifts for people or new clothes and accessories for yourself. Both the dungeon delving and chatting will let your relationships grow and make your character face their own fears and insecurities. Boyfriend Dungeon will last about 8 to 10 hours, though there's a good chance you'll wish for more when it's done. It's just that charming. Raji, an Ancient Epic is an action-adventure by Nodding Heads Games. Taking place in India, it tells the story of Raji, a young woman who must save her younger brother, who has been captured by demons. As Raji travels and grows more powerful, she's watched over by the goddess Durga and Lord Vishnu, who narrate the game, letting us know not only about Raji's history, but also telling traditional Indian stories. Raji's moves are acrobatic and fluid. Using weapons like a trident, bow, or sword and shield, she deftly dodges and lunges, backflips off walls, and spins around pillars. The environments are absolutely stunning and portray locations we don't get to see in games all that much. The camera movements are fantastic, often panning around to show a gorgeous vista or pulling back to reveal the grand scope of a palace. This really enhances the visuals, and you'll only occasionally wish you had control to make a platforming segment a bit easier. Raji is a short and sweet 4 to 5 hours long and is a great choice if you're looking for fast and fluid action in a beautiful setting. Remedy's Control is a game that is delightfully strange. As Jesse Faden, you've come to a place called the Oldest House in hopes of finding your brother, who disappeared under some very odd circumstances when you were children. The Oldest House is a great name and an even greater place to explore. It houses the Federal Bureau of Control, which investigates paranatural phenomena. It's also been taken over by a hostile entity from another dimension called the Hiss. The Hiss causes the building's brutalist architecture to shift and move. It whispers all around you and casts everything in an ominous red light. You're constantly in combat with it, using your shape-shifting gun and increasing powers like telekinesis and levitation. As you explore, you learn all about what's been going on here, through files and videotapes, and even an incredibly creepy kids' puppet show. The episodes of this are definitely worth seeking out. And, as Remedy has a penchant for, there are also some delightful set pieces set to the perfect music. Control is around 15 hours long and is a great choice if you're looking for some paranormal action that feels a little like the X-Files at its most surreal. Saber Interactive's World War Z, or Z as we like to call it here, is a 4-player co-op zombie game that I had a lot of fun with this year. Though the general setup and even the specific zombie types will be very familiar if you've ever played Left 4 Dead, it does do some things to make it stand out. For one, there are 7 different classes to choose from, with cool abilities like drones that can stun enemies who come near you, various explosives, and even heals outside of medkits. You can level up your character as you go to gain new skills. But the real draw is the sheer number of zombies. During the most hectic times, you're not facing dozens, you're facing hundreds. Watching the horde rush in is always exciting, and making use of various defensive equipment like turrets or electrical grids does involve some strategy. In addition to the campaign, which will take you to various locales and let you play different characters around the world, there's also a really fun horde mode. Here you get a minute to purchase and set up defenses before each round starts, and then you just need to survive the onslaught. This was one of the more enjoyable horde modes I've played in any game. Honestly, I probably wouldn't play World War Z solo, which is a possibility with AI companions, but if you've got 3 online friends, it'll make for a good time. The main campaign is around 8 to 10 hours. So those are 7 games that I recommend checking out on Game Pass. If you've already got a subscription, it's not going to cost you anything, and I hope you found something that you're interested in here. I'll be back in a couple months with some more suggestions. If you want to see more, check out my last set of recommendations, or another of my videos. I have a Patreon if you want to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.